Big screen smartphones have been ruling the market, even before Apple shifted from its 4-inch phones like the iPhone 5s. Now, most of the companies, including Google, HTC and Samsung, have their XL sizes of the phones that come in 5.5-inch screen size. But what if you want a bigger screen phone? The Samsung Galaxy S8, for example, packs a much bigger screen in a smaller form factor. But if you're looking to buy a nearly 6-inch screen in under 40,000, Samsung has a phone for you called the Galaxy C9 Pro. Reading the specs, you will find that the phone has a 6-inch display. Now you may think that it is quite a big display for a phone. The Galaxy Note series already pack a 5.7-inch display, but a 6-inch, is it too big? Surprisingly, the phone is not that big. For example, we compared it with the iPhone 7 Plus, which has a 5.5-inch display, and you won't be disappointed to see that the C9 Pro is almost as big. Now it is bigger than the C7 Pro because of course it packs a smaller 5.7-inch display, which makes it smaller and much more handy to use. But despite its big display, the C9 Pro is easy to take in and out of the pockets or make calls. The phone is made similar to the C7 Pro. It has a slim metal unibody design which is very similar to the OnePlus 3T. But if you compare it to the OnePlus 3T or even the iPhone 7 Plus, both phones appear fat and chunky compared to the C9 Pro. Samsung also gets other basics right, like curving the phone around the edges and making the phone narrow enough for an easy grip. At the top it has a 2.5D curved glass, and at the bottom there is speaker, a headphone jack, a microphone and a charging port. The home button, the volume rocker and the lock button are firm in their place and are a delight to use. The build quality of the phone is very nice unless you compare it with the glass and metal body Galaxy A series. We have already compared the Galaxy C7 Pro with the A7. The only drawback with the C series phones is that they are not waterproof. Otherwise, they are one of the most well-built and good-looking smartphones out there in the market at this price point. Coming to the display quality, the phone uses a Super AMOLED panel which has a full HD resolution. It is not as best as you get on the top tier Galaxy S series, but it is one of the best in the segment. The Super AMOLED screens from Samsung have very good brightness for outdoor viewing, and the color reproduction is also very nice. Paired to stereo speakers, the video watching experience on this 6-inch device is a different thing altogether. Talking about hardware under the hood, the phone packs a Snapdragon 653 chipset with 6GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. Now if we compare this to OnePlus 3T, the RAM and the storage might be same, but the chipset is not that high end. But having said that, C9 Pro offers you great performance being a Samsung device. The TouchWiz interface that is built atop the Android Marshmallow operating system is well optimized, and if we compare it to the flagship devices like the S8, the Galaxy C9 Pro will offer you as good a performance experience as you get on them. This is one of the best things about the phone because most OEMs use their own interface over the Android operating system, and that makes the phone pretty slow. OnePlus 3T uses stock interface and is one of the few phones to do that. But at that price range, if you're looking for an alternative, the Galaxy C7 and the C9 Pro are very viable phones. But there's one thing you should note. The Galaxy C9 Pro's cameras are not as competitive as we have found on the Galaxy A series or other smartphones for that matter. They have a 16 megapixel sensor both for the rear and the front cameras, but we found that the color reproduction and the details that they capture are not as good. Moreover, comparing to the A7, the phone misses out on Samsung Pay, which is an NFC based feature wherein you can just tap and pay using your smartphone. So at around Rs 33,000, is the Galaxy C9 Pro a good buy? Well, for people who can't get big enough displays in the market, this will be a great phone. It not only packs a big display, but has a very ergonomic form factor and has a great build quality. The display has nice color reproduction and it has dual speakers, which makes it a great package for multimedia consumers. Add to that the great performance of the software, or in fact one of the best performing devices we have seen in this price range. If only we had to nitpick, there are a few drawbacks with the devices. For example, it is not waterproof, and the cameras though are quite good but not as great as that you get on the Galaxy A series. If you would rather want a 6-inch of display on your phone but still be able to easily handle it, C9 Pro is the phone you are looking for.